I really just, I can't believe it. I mean, the guy seems like he's got his stuff together, and for him not to realize this is epic.
I've known him for a long time, and this just doesn't surprise me.
It's pretty crazy that someone could go that long without really knowing the truth.
Idiot. Complete, utter idiot.
It's been a lot of fun to play with Jorge. He's overcome obviously a lot. Being a deaf baseball player is very tough in this game, and to see the way he's done it and handled himself has been awesome.
Hello, my name is Jorge Reyes, and I'm definitely not deaf.
If you make sure you like over enunciate,
Yep.
just so yeah. All right, go ahead.
I'm Jeff Francoeur, left fielder, right fielder for the El Paso Chihuahuas.
What an idiot.
We all yelled, "Heads up!" And everybody moved, and except George was playing it off, and Francoeur was shaking his head like, "God, that's amazing, man. He's the only one that didn't move." And I'm like, "Yeah, Jeff, he's deaf."
So Francie comes into the training room when Jorge's sitting in there after Jorge's first appearance and his first at B, and he literally walks up to him and says, "Hey, yesterday, what happened?"
What does Moore say to him when he goes to the mound, like last inning? I said, well, Jeff, he just mouths words to him. He just says things like fastball, the curveball.
All right, pre-WrestleMania, everybody's getting excited for the show after the day game. We're all getting around. Georgie crotch shot, DX style, right in front of Jeff's face. And me stirring the pot, I want to go, hey, Jeff, you're going to let him do that to you? And he goes, basically, he can do whatever he wants. He's deaf.
Not being able to wear my headphones and listen to music on the plane rides or on the bus rides. Just basically being in the locker room, not being mute. When I come up to pitch and the catcher comes up to me on one-on-one conversations, and I just really interested to know what he's thinking.
Plenty of clues that George maybe isn't as deaf as he leads on.
He's a perfect guy to do this trick on because he does not pay attention to anything ever.
We had a couple of mound visits yesterday from our catcher who was talking to George with his glove over his mouth, and it didn't really strike anybody as odd.
And even in the heat of the game, in the dugout, in between innings, whatever it might be, in some tense moments, we're still maintaining that George Reyes is deaf.
George came into a tight game yesterday. First and second, nobody out. He left the runners on base, and everybody was high-fiving him. And I turned around and I saw Jeff in the dugout, and he's like, "Way to go! Nice job!" And I lost it.
To Frenchie's credit, I've known Reyes since high school, and the illusion that's been created has been so spot on that even I started to think he might be deaf.
So last night was definitely one of the most interesting nights. I hear Francoeur is going to come to the restaurant we're having dinner at.
He has to join, so we had no problem with it. George is a little nervous because he's got to spend a whole dinner with him, being deaf now.
Introduces himself to my wife and Quack.
I had to go up to the waitress and basically tip her and tell her, hey, the guy in the Nike hat, you need to pretend he's deaf for as long as that guy is at the table. And it took some convincing, but she eventually got on board, and it helped. The spider web of deceit continued.
So Francoeur would lean over to Marielle and ask, or how she communicated with George, and she said, you know, text messages a lot, hand signals. And
Hand signals. Not even sign language. I'm just assuming just.
Francoeur just eating it up. I mean, just clueless. It was awesome.
Jeff, I'm sorry I had to be the one to do this to you.
Idiot!
Idiot. How can somebody be this stupid?
Who is this stupid on Earth ever? Jeff Francoeur.
What an idiot. Hello, my name is Jorge Reyes. Definitely not that.
Say something.
Hey, yesterday, what happened? I had to leave and walk out of the room because I was going to blow it.
Another great job covering up the spots you could pick up on, but
I had to go up to the waitress and basically.
at the same time I had to keep going.